This is Lewis Hart for the Ring magazine. Delighted today to be joined on a nice Monday afternoon with Jack Catterall. Look, Jack, it's good to be good to be hearing from you. First things first, how's things? How are you?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, I've had a nice week since the fight. Bit of time to reflect, bit of downtime, and feeling good and ready to kick on.
Not dealing too bad with like the post-fight depression. Then is that something you deal with?
You know what? No, not necessarily. I've got a great family, great team, and things have been good. I enjoy being in the gym and training, so it is a bit weird knowing you have to have the rest and have a week off. But ultimately, your body needs it. Spend this next week or two recovering, getting it all back, and ready to push on.
Yeah, well, let's just jump straight into it. Obviously, I haven't spoke to you since the Harlem Eubank fight. It's been about just under 10 days since that fight. Yeah, I guess if you're being honest, what was your initial thoughts after the fight and sort of since its time since then?
You know what? A lot of frustration. I prepared well for that fight. I expected a lot more from Harlem. I thought he was going to come, and he said it numerous times. He's going to meet me in the middle of the ring and he's going to knock me out. I think that would have made for a great fight. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Felt like I was well in control of the fight, winning the rounds, uh, and the fight kind of went how I was expecting it. Round by round, I was breaking him down. I think got to like round 4 or 5, and I kind of seen it in his body language, and he was running out of ideas. I feel like he didn't come to Manchester to try and beat me. We're just happy to be there, spoiling, um, dancing around the ring. And I knew it was going to be awkward for a couple of rounds, but I honestly thought he would come and at some point try and have a go. But I guess, unfortunately, we got into round 6. I know Harlem got a little nick. I felt like his attacks wasn't great. We'd seen it in previous fights where he's either way on the outside or he jumps in hands high and he puts his head in. He got a cut in round 6, and then not shortly after that, he ran in with his head again, and I suffered a big cut.
Yeah, to get stopped on a cut, how disappointing is that, especially if you felt like sort of you was gaining more control in the fight as well?
You know what? It's very frustrating. I prepared well, like I said, and I was expecting to push on later on, probably after the halfway mark. I felt in control, but then it was. I read it in his body language after the 4 or 5 rounds. He was running out of ideas, and that was my time then to really push on with the fight and take control and force the pace. But we didn't get there. I got a cut. The referee stopped it. It was quite a bad cut. I think people who've seen it will agree. I wanted to carry on like any fighter does, but the health's important. The referee and the team, they made the right decision. So we went to the scorecard. So although it's a victory and we're back in the win column, it's not the victory I would have liked.
Yeah, just touch on there and what you were saying about Harlem. Like, how frustrating is it? I guess if you wanna bring the fight, but if you're dealing with someone who necessarily is being quite negative, you only had to sort of look in the ring. There was a lot of, I don't know how to describe it, sort of unnecessary movement from Harlem. Sort of, I don't know if it was trying to make you think or what. Like, it was a bit of
You know what,
a
Lewis? I
weird,
think
yeah.
kind of been there in fights where, and this is no shade to Harlem, the lesser opponent, I'm going to struggle to get out of that first gear. I felt like in that fight, I was taking control. I was on the front foot. Didn't want to get caught in that trap of falling short and him running around the ring and trying to burgle the rounds. I was trying to be sensible on the front foot. But ultimately, it's going to take the best kind of fighters to bring the fight. And you've seen that in previous fights where the fighters are going to come and they're going to have a go. I think they're this perfect styles for me. Somebody like Harlem. I do believe I would have got to him later on. I feel like I was breaking him down nicely, but I think it's going to take a higher caliber opponent to bring the best out of me.
Yeah, I don't know if you would have seen the media scrum that Harlem done after the fight, but he was insistent on a point making that it was stopped on your cut, and like he was sort of saying it was going to go on to stop you and this and that, and the referee took it away from him. Don't know if you would have seen it, but what did you make of, I guess, his comments since the fight?
You know what? I'd kind of seen enough in the build up, the things he was saying. He was going to come, he was going to wipe me out in 3 or 4 rounds. And I'd seen his energy on the fight week. I don't think he believed that. Um, Listen, I went in there, I did what I had to do. I was taking control. And again, it's no disrespect, but I think the Eubanks are full of shit. They're delusional. He was talking a big one, but we seen it in the fight. He was running around the ring, dancing around, and that's not what I come for. I thought he was going to come, meet us in the middle, and try and take my scalp, but that wasn't the case. I've tried not to see too much of the aftermath from Harlem because he lives on a different planet to certainly where I am anyway. The stuff that he comes out with.
Yeah, because the thing, I mean, before the fight was stopped on the cut, as it was sort of going into round 7, I looked in the ring. You was basically saying to him like, "Let's just meet in the middle, let's have it."
Yeah, of course. You know what? When I got cut, and I've not had many cuts, I've had a few before, but I could kind of tell when I got back to the corner from the reaction of the corner team and the doctor. I kind of knew it was bad. Obviously, you can't see it yourself. So, uh, in my mind, I was ahead. But if I would have been let out for that 7th round, I anticipate that it might have gone on too much longer in case it got worse. So, kind of my instructions was, listen, you better meet me in the middle of the ring and let's have it out. And before we could get the referee stopped the fight.
What's the healing process like for the cut now?
You know what? Shout out to the doctor. I think his name was John. Dr. John took us in the back. He stitched it up nice and tight. The stitches come out yesterday. The nurse done a great job, and it's healing up well. Going to see a specialist this week, midweek, to get the all clear, and I think the healing process will be a lot quicker than anticipated.
Look, after the fight, I don't know how much you've ever seen it, but obviously it's fair to say, you had to deal with sort of your own criticism, and that's sort of fair enough with how the fight went. How have you, I guess, sort of felt about that criticism since the fight, and about the fight especially?
You know what? I'm in a position where my job is all based on opinions, whether that be the fight fans, people in the boxing world, and that's fine. You know what? You've got to take it with a pinch of salt. I'm quite comfortable with my career and where I'm at. And listen, you'll have seen it over the last couple of days, the back and forth on Twitter, and I enjoy it. Listen, it's put me in a position where hopefully we get a fight at the end of the year. And listen, I'm chomping at the bit. I'm 32 now, and I want to be involved in some great fights. There's an endless list of fighters that I would love to fight. It's about getting healed up now and seeing if we can nail one down.
Yeah, well, we do know Sam Jones is your manager, but I also saw Rick Reeno sort of saying he's your new agent, trying to get in there. What did you make of, I guess, that and a new partnership potentially?
Yeah, listen, it's exciting. This is what I'm involved for. These are the kind of things that should and will be happening. Listen, Rick come with a bit of criticism, and ultimately we've turned it round. I'll take criticism all day. I'm in my job. Everybody's watching. Everyone's got an opinion, and that's fine. I don't take it personally. I do believe it's gonna be the A-class fighters that bring the best out of me. And listen, if Sam can't deliver them, Rick, deliver me a fight.
Yeah. And for yourself, Jack, especially like after the Harlem fight, when people sort of have criticisms about your style and wanting to be sort of more aggressive, do you feel like it's also a case of things? It's also a case of styles making fights. Like you almost need that pressure fighter. Like I'd liken it to like the weekend just gone. You'd need like a Williams Zepeda to get the best out of Shakur Stevenson. So do you feel like you need someone like that to bring the best out of Jack Catterall?
Yeah, I think you've nailed it exactly. Somebody like Zepeda and even for Shakur, you need somebody like that to come forward to be able to show the sweet science and do my thing. I do believe them caliber of fighters will bring it out of me. And listen, it's obviously you want to entertain the fans. It's about winning the fights, but I take no punishment in there. I felt like against Harlem, you're looking at a 21-0. I think you're 21 undefeated fighter who's had some decent fights. I didn't get out of the first gear. And listen, it's not all on the opponent. I'm in the gym every day and I'm working tirelessly on being better, but get me the right opponents and I'll show you what I can do.
Do you feel pressure to entertain, or is the win all you really care about? Would you say?
No, listen, I've had a lot of fights. I've had a lot of good fights, and listen, they're not all going to be fan friendly. Some fights, I feel like I've nullified a lot of work and boxed quite easily to a points victory. Of course, you want the knockouts. Get me the right opponents, and they'll come.
How did 147 feel? Would you say?
147 felt good. Now I'm not ruling out fights at 140, 147. It was a step up in weight. I know Harlem had boxed there a few times before. I felt good. I felt full of energy. And that's why it's frustrating because I was carrying that extra energy and I was ready then to press on in the fight when they got halfway through it. So I'll be back in the gym soon and I'll keep working.
Is that November 22nd date one you're definitely looking likely for then, would you say?
We'll have to speak to our boy Rick, but Rick said
Okay.
it. I think
Yeah.
Turkey's made a comment. So listen, it's a good time for him. I think we're 19, 20 weeks away. I'm feeling rested already. My cut's healing up. So I think it's enough time now to work on an opponent and get the right fight and get over there.
Yeah, and I guess when you look at names as well, I was probably going to chuck a few at you, but especially if you look at that November 22nd card, there's a big welterweight fight on there with Brian Norman Jr. against Devin Haney. So it must be a case of you definitely want to be on that card to almost put in a statement and be like, look, I definitely want a shot at the world title, especially there with that fight.
100%. You've got Devin Haney, Norman fighting. I think at weekend we've seen Dalton Smith getting the Matthias fight. So, you know what? I'm happy for Dalton. These are all the fights that you want to be around and be involved in. I'm sure Rick, Sam, Eddie, Turkey, they've all got certain names or certain fighters they would like me to fight. So I'll be open to them.
Do you think I saw you call out Garcia as well on Twitter? I saw that on Twitter. You think that'd be a realistic fight? And definitely, obviously, he's a massive name as well. You feel like that'd bring the best out of you.
Yeah, 100%. I think Garcia on the front foot. He's coming off a defeat. I'm open to that fight. I'm open to these fights. I've never been in a position to turn down fights. I want to fight the best. I think Garcia's been up there these last couple of years as one of the best, 140, 147. So definitely a name on the list.
Well, it's good to hear. Well, Jack, look, it's a pleasure to speak to you. Always do appreciate catching up with me. Yeah, and look, hopefully we'll be seeing you over in Saudi in November. But look, always appreciate taking time to speak to you, and hopefully, yeah, catch up soon, mate. Appreciate it.
Lewis, thank you very much for your
So,
time.
man, thank
Nice
you.
to have.
Cheers, mate. Thank